Foundery, an idea network that seeks to bridge the gap between ideas and reality by gathering skilled, ambitious individuals around world-changing ideas. We're a group of 4 young entrepreneurs who all know the struggle of having an idea fall through because we couldn't find the well-rounded team to help bring it to life. And now Alex is going to share a story that I think most of you will be able to relate to.
So the year's 2013. My friend Kevin and I had a great idea for a microblogging service, but we didn't have the necessary people to round out our skills. We were both technical. So the first thing we did was decide to build our product, and that was a mistake. We had no idea if people even wanted it. And because of that, it was a huge failure. We needed a way to get interested individuals around our idea to round out our team. This is the problem that Foundery solves, and Akhi is going to tell you why we are a well-rounded team that solves this problem.
So who is the team behind Foundery? Prez is in charge of marketing and public relations. Hunter is in charge of front-end development and our designer. Alex is our back-end developer and our webmaster, and I am the business-to-business and finance person.
So before we started anything, we wanted to make sure that this was a problem that extended beyond just the 4 of us. So between our primary market research and research we did online, we found the following. 90% of students are interested in being entrepreneurs, but 75% don't know where to start. And there are currently over 50,000 young entrepreneurs who are using forum-based alternatives to try and do what Foundery does. When you look at where we fall in the competitive playing field, there are 2 main axes. One is the stage of development of a company, and one is user accessibility. And when we were making Foundery, we wanted to make something that was for really early stage companies. And so the companies that were nothing more than an idea and a visionary behind it. And we wanted to make sure it was accessible to everyone, regardless of their access to funding or their experience in the entrepreneurial field. So this is how we do it, and this is how we bring value to the marketplace. So for young entrepreneurs who have a difficult time getting their companies past the ideation phase, Foundery presents them with an idea network where they can find a well-rounded team to propel their idea into reality.
So here's how it works. Users propose their ideas to the Foundery community in the form of what if. That way, they give away just enough detail to spark the imaginations of fellow visionaries, without giving away the idea outright. Then, they input the needed skills and interests that relate to this topic, and so that we can show it only to the people who it's most relevant for. For example, here I see ideas that need my specific skills, and that are actually related to the topics I'm interested in. So as I'm scrolling through them, as soon as I find one I'm interested in, for example, what if we had smart mailboxes to make communicating easier? All I have to do is click on it, and I'm met with a slightly more detailed description, the existing team, what they're still looking for, and if I'm interested, all I have to do is click Let's Talk to start a conversation with the existing team. Now, one thing I really have to emphasize here is that all these ideas that are on here right now are real ideas loaded into the platform from real people already being used to create teams. And that brings us to user base.
So you've seen what it looks like and you've seen how it works, but does it grow? And the answer is yes. Foundery was composed of 2 main minimum viable product stages. The first stage is where we created teams based on surveys that we received from people that we targeted on Reddit, Facebook, and Twitter. We asked them for ideas, passions, and skills, and then we linked up those people with complementary passions and skills around ideas that they thought they would like. We got over 100 users in the first 24 hours of our first MVP. We created around 15 teams. And once we had that proof of viability, we went on to create MVP2, which is what you just saw, the fully functioning website that automates the entire process. In the first 7 days following MVP1, these were our real growth statistics. We had 202 users, we created 23 teams, and 42 ideas were submitted. And this is a quote from someone who actually was linked to a startup that they continued past the MVP1 stage, and we thought was really great. Proud to have been a part of the Foundery Alpha. I've already been linked to a great startup thanks to Foundery. So this is how we're acquiring customers currently. We're taking kind of a 4-pronged approach. The first is Grassroots Marketing, which is our kind of code for sending targeted advertisements and articles ourselves to communities on Reddit, Facebook, and Twitter. Social media ad campaigns, word of mouth, and search engine optimization. And to show that there's an actual need out there, this is just one of many quotes that we received through emails and through surveys that we thought was great. This is a platform I've been looking for ages. Connecting office guys with craftsmen, awesome idea, I instantly joined.
So having users is great, but at some point we actually have to make money. And for that, we've gone with affiliate marketing. And the reason for this is because all 3 people involved win. For users, as they're scrolling through their feeds, they're met with a number of inline advertisements that are relevant to the stage they're currently at in their company. For example, if they're about to start their store, they'll see Shopify ads. A designer will see things like Sketch that are actually for designers. That's the value for the advertiser, is all of these are incredibly targeted. Meanwhile, for the end user, everything is discounted. You can see here, for instance, in our live chat ad, users get a $10 credit and a 60-day free trial they wouldn't otherwise get had they just gone directly to the site. And for us, it gets us revenue for every referral. A minimum of $60 on platforms like live chat and Venus Theme, and Shopify ranges from $600 to $2,000 for a single referral. We have a number of other affiliates already signed up. And that brings us to future plans.
So today, we're launched with our boilerplate features such as Discover and Messages. We're targeting just our B2C market and our revenue model through affiliation. Now, just 1 year down the line, we're going to expand to B2B. Now, B2B is huge. Launch has already expressed interest in using our platform for doing the ideation at next year's launch. Also, we're going to expand to mobile. Now, we're already designing iOS and Android apps for this purpose. We're also going to introduce, along with our B2B marketing, B2B revenue model, where there'll be private cloud instances of our system for different companies, so that they can spark internal innovation at their industries. And another year down the line, we're going to expand internationally. Now, there's a huge entrepreneurship community outside in the world, and we want to tap into that. We're also going to introduce a feature called Learn. Learn is a knowledge base for early-stage companies and entrepreneurs that contains all the information they need to get started. We're also going to introduce a new revenue model. Now, this pay-to-promote model is already used by Instagram and Facebook, where users pay to have their posts moved up in other people's feeds. So you can reach us at wearefoundry.com or any of our other channels, and thanks so much for listening.